How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. We are back for another show, and after yesterday's live one, which was very eventful and went down very well, we're going to return to the normal format for today. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about Paul Pogba, because his agent has been speaking again. When doesn't he speak? And also, we're going to have a little look at Arsenal. So much going on. But technical director Edu has come out and backed Mikel Arteta.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right. So the first place we're going to start is Manchester United and Paul Pogba and his agent, Mino Raiola, because he has been opening his mouth again. And he has been saying that he will unlikely leave Manchester United in January. But he has left the door open for a summer move away from Old Trafford. This guy. We think that we've got it bad with some agents and stuff. But my word, does this guy never know when to shut up. Of course, last week he caused a stir when he claimed that Pogba was unhappy at Manchester United and needs to change his team. Pogba himself took to Instagram to dismiss a lot what was going on, and says that he's concentrating on Manchester United, he's happy and all this kind of stuff. You kind of look between the lines, and I suppose maybe you could say that he's doing that just to try and dampen down some fires and whatnot, because he hasn't specifically come out and told his agent to shut up. He's not going to, but really he should, because he's put him in an awful situation. Even if Paul Pogba does feel that way, he's still a player of Manchester United. And even though fans are not allowed in the stadium at the moment, there's still millions of fans worldwide that are looking to players like Paul Pogba to do good things for the club. And, we banter Manchester United and have jokes and everything else. But in this instance, I can, resonate with the fans, and I can agree why they wouldn't be happy about it. We've had similar situations at Arsenal with players and clubs going to take our players and secret meetings, and nobody actually cares about the fans and what they think or feel, and this kind of stuff is not good. And for me, he just needs to shut his mouth. And it's no coincidence as to why Sir Alex Ferguson didn't like him. I think that's very evident why now. But Raiola goes on to say, when it comes to him in England, they are sensitive, perhaps too sensitive. And that was quoted by Tuttosport at the Golden Boy Awards. And again there, it's just kind of dismissive, like you're sensitive to the things that are being said. Well, you're talking about how the guy's unhappy and he doesn't want to be at Manchester United. How do you expect their fans to react? Oh, okay, mate, no worries. We'll just get on with it. We only pay him X amount a week and we only want him to perform for our club. But yes, all right. No worries, mate. We only spend X amount of money season on season buying his merchandise and his name on our shirts. But yeah, it's fine. He's not happy. Yeah. He goes on also to say that in January the big players hardly move. Then in the summer, let's see what happens. I actually think that he probably will move in the summer. I think that maybe that's a transfer that Manchester United will look to get done. If he's not happy, then move him on. There's no point, because it'll end up just being a rotten egg. And like certain players at Arsenal, it's, just rotting away at the core of everything, and it just spreads, and it's not good. So yeah, what I will say to Manchester United is get rid if he's not happy, but it'd be nice to see if the agent actually shuts his mouth for once and just gets on with what he's supposed to do. But I doubt that will happen. Next piece of news involves Arsenal. And of course, we've been speaking in great length on here and on other shows about the situation, and it's not great at the moment or anything else. But Arsenal's technical director, Edu, has rejected any suggestion that Mikel Arteta's job is under threat, and believes that the club will have a beautiful future under their embattled manager. Arsenal, of course, are 15th in the Premier League and recently lost to Burnley. And it's confirmed their worst start to a season since 1974. Leading to speculation over Arteta may be sacked a year after his appointment. Edu is convinced the manager deserves patience after a turbulent 12 months and says Arsenal must revert to being a stable club in the old sense rather than repeatedly hiring and firing. He says that Mikel is doing a great job. He's doing really well. If we are not talking about patience with Mikel, it would be very unfair to him because what a year we have faced. 3 months without football matches, a lot of things changing within the club. He started, he stopped, and when he started to get an understanding of all the squad, he stopped again. It would be really unfair to Mikel to say something about that because the year was so challenging for everybody at the club, but even more for Mikel, who had just arrived. Edu was, of course, speaking to journalists via a Zoom call, and he also went on to say that if we start to see problems internally, if the players don't believe anymore, if the staff isn't good enough, then I will say, I'm a little bit worried. But that is such an unfair situation right now because the way I see things every day, everything's right. It's strange to say, but because the results are not coming, but I see properly the way Mikel is working. I want people to understand what we are doing. We are in the process to have a beautiful future. So, listen, it's pretty straightforward what he's saying there. And he's dismissing a lot of what's being said outside of the club. He also goes on to say that it's not about Edu or Mikel. It's about stability. Now is the time to try to be a stable club in the old sense, externally and internally. We need that. Since we arrived here, we have had changes. Now it's time to be stable and together at the same time. Arsenal will look to strengthen in January, but Edu has played down any notion of the cavalry arriving to save their campaign, suggesting internal solutions may have to be found. So I don't think that, we're going to come out and start saying, we're going to go and buy so many players, etc., etc. And Edu even went on to say, why do people have to expect a magician to go, boom, here comes Messi? And I get what he's saying in that sense, because Arsenal are going to keep their cards close to their chest and they're not going to, start revealing what their plans might be because, where things are not great at the moment, clubs that are selling players or you go to a club to try and buy their player, the moment they see that you desperately need that player, £10 million goes on top of their, original price. And also agents of players can look at it and say, they really need him. You're only offering 70, 80 grand a week. We want 100. Swings and roundabouts. So you've got to be careful what you say. So a lot of that stuff I dismiss because we see it over the course of the summer. We see it, even before we signed Pepe. We saw it before, we signed Thomas Partey. So that kind of stuff I take with a pinch of salt, to be honest with you, because we've seen it all before. But it's very, very, very evident that Arsenal are going to back him. How long can they continue to back him if we keep losing? You look at our next 4 games in December in the Premier League. And we've got Southampton on Wednesday. We've then got Everton away on Saturday. We've then got Chelsea on Boxing Day. And then we've got Brighton just before the new year ends. And I say new year ends, before this year ends and the new year starts. But yeah, it's mad in terms of those 4 games. And, you've got to start asking questions if after those 4 games we don't pick up the victories, because the pressure will be just ridiculous by that point. It will be staggering how bad it will be. That will be over 10 defeats in the Premier League. And you've got to wonder how long the boards and everyone else will actually start to, worry. And yeah, it's one of those. But the club are firmly behind him. The club want to rebuild. They want some stability. and we're going to see whether we get that or not. And very, very interesting. And briefly, last piece of news involves all clubs over London. In fact, not just Arsenal, but London has been put back into Tier 3 due to COVID. And what that means is that no fans are allowed in stadiums now. I'm a little gutted because I was going to the game on Wednesday against Southampton. I got my ticket selected through the ballot. And no, it's been taken away. Maybe they watched the AFTV watch along and realised I was coming and thought, no, let's contact Boris and ask him to put us back in lockdown. Please, don't need him there. But yeah, listen, I think that's kind of expected. I thought it was a bit of a surprise that London was Tier 2 to begin with 2 weeks ago. But it is what it is. And we're going to have to get on with it and deal with it, I'm afraid. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video. There's plenty of content coming out later on. This evening, there's going to be a preview to the game against Southampton tomorrow. I think I'm going to do that one live, actually. So stay tuned for that one. There's going to be a match reaction, player ratings and everything else. So there's so much coming out. And also each and every week now, I think I'm going to do 1 or 2 a week of the DT's Daily live. It won't be at the 7 a.m. time that these videos come out. It will probably be around about 11 a.m. midday UK time. A bit like what we had yesterday. I enjoyed that. It was good to talk and interact and answer some questions as well. So we're definitely going to be doing some more of that. But yeah, listen, until the next time, I'll see you lot soon and I'm out of here.